Today I wanted to go ahead and take a look at the Renetti in Modern Warfare Zombies. It's been a little while since I've used this weapon, but it's definitely one of my absolute favorites to run in this game. And after this run today, I gotta tell you guys, even after the Season 3 Reloaded update, this is still one of the top 3 best weapons to run right now. Especially if you guys got MAGA holding, you're gonna be absolutely unstoppable. We're gonna do a bunch of testing with this thing inside of the red tier zone, and then we're gonna go on into the Season 2 Dark Aether and complete that. And then of course at the end of the video, I will have the loadout for you guys. With that, if you guys are into zombies content or anything Call of Duty, consider rocking the hell out of that like button for me and subscribing to the channel. We are almost so close to 17,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you guys enough for all the insane support lately. We're gonna get into everything about this little shredder of a pistol really quick. I do need to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor. If you guys are looking to unlock the new MW3 camos such as Interstellar or Borealis, or possibly even play in some bot lobbies or get all the best schematics in Modern Warfare Zombies, then be sure to check out Midge Cactus. They're the biggest and most reliable sellers with heaps of brand new offerings for MW3 with completely safe and legitimate services for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. With thousands of great reviews on Trustpilot, you guys should definitely check them out. Be sure to use code REALG at checkout for 5% off your entire order for a limited time only. Alright guys, so we are back at it again with the Renetti, and we came in here with a flawless crystal and with the legendary Aether tool. Of course, we got too many of these things right now. As you guys can see, we were easily able to farm ourselves up another one, and then we ended up coming over here and just absolutely shredding this mega abomination. As you guys can see here, we're just completely handling all of these red zone zombies with ease. When you slap on the conversion kit, you're going to be turning this little pistol into like a little pistol SMG hybrid, and it is insane, guys. And even if you guys don't have MAGA holding, this little pistol or SMG will actually do really well. You will have 100 rounds after pack-a-punching without having to reload, so that's not too terribly bad. This thing does shoot pretty damn fast. You guys might be wondering why I decided to come back into the Season 2 Reloaded Dark Aether. Well, that's because I do need some more VR11s and MAGA holding. We did end up getting both of those on this run, so I'm definitely grateful for that. I'm sure you guys will also notice I ended up punching the Aether bunny before I ended up grabbing the contract, and that's because it's going to cancel out the animation. That way you don't have to end up sitting there, or if you're on top of the building where we're going to grab the next one, you won't by chance accidentally fall off while you're in the animation. But another couple of reasons why I decided to come inside of this Dark Aether is because I feel like this might be a little bit of a better Dark Aether to showcase a loadout in. If I'm going into the newest Dark Aether, that one just overruns you with zombies so much. I would probably have to bring in something else just to have another support weapon. But I'm about 100% sure that we can complete this Dark Aether with only using the weapon that we brought in. Not only that, but is it just me, or is the difficulty for the newest Dark Aether just a little bit too high for the rewards that we get out of it? Trust me, I am all for the challenge. I love it when things are extremely difficult to almost impossible. That's just, you know, the type of gamer that I am. I'm not gonna lie, most of the schematics that we get out of here are all pretty lame, which then kind of transfers into us getting lame acquisitions at the same time. I don't know, maybe if you guys did want to build up like those dead wire detonators, or maybe the sergeant's beret or the golden gas mask, I could see you maybe wanting to do that. If most of those hold no value to you, like they aren't to most of the players in this game, then I don't know, there's not really much more of a reason to go back in there. From what I originally thought, I was thinking that the dead wire detonators were going to be my favorite schematic out of there, but I think it's actually the sergeant's beret. My favorite part about it is it's just like having the friendly hellhound that we used to have. You're going to have a soldier that'll follow you throughout the entire match, and this guy is actually tough as nails. There was so many times that I could have swore that this guy was going to die off, and he actually ended up pulling through throughout the entire match. I was quite surprised. Now I remember when the hellhounds actually used to be this tough, and now they seem to die off incredibly quickly and seem to be kind of useless. Being able to have this guy is actually pretty cool. A little parkour here to get up to our next contract. I don't know if you guys saw, but do you see how fast we ended up taking out that Mangler? Which I was actually kind of surprised that we got, because I usually, like 9 times out of 10, I always get the Mega Abomination when I come in here. But it's always nice whenever we get like the Mimic or the Disciple or the Mangler. This Renetti just absolutely shredding through everything with no problem. I honestly really don't think they touched this thing at all since last season. At least not for zombies anyway. Start our Outlast contract here, and you guys are going to see how this Renetti is just going to absolutely melt every zombie in here. I'm going to say this was probably one of my easiest times that I've had doing this contract lately. You guys are not going to need a legendary Aether tool for this thing to be this powerful either. Even if you just have an epic, it should work just fine. Honestly, right now, with how we can farm up those legendary Aether tools inside of the red tier zone, man, if you guys don't have a bunch of those right now, I don't know what you're doing. If you guys don't know how to get those or to do that Easter egg, be sure to check out the video that I uploaded. We'll have a link to it down in the description if you guys just want to go check that out. If I were you guys, I would get on that fast before they finally decide to change that. Did see a couple of comments of people saying that they're really liking the Rival 9 right now, so I'm gonna have to go back and test out that SMG. I've always loved that one. But the Stingers are still incredibly OP right now, and I think they actually just got a small buff too, which blows my mind because they were already incredibly OP. M16 is a really good option for Modern Warfare 2 if you guys want a good weapon to rock. So that new assault rifle that we just got is also really really good. Actually, a lot of really viable weapons right now, which is nice. You guys are always leaving me some killer suggestions down in the comments section, and I greatly do appreciate that. There's also an aftermarket part that is releasing today, I do believe, for the AMR, the little SMG, which is actually going to turn it into a 5-round burst, and I really hope that's going to be OP in zombies. Could you imagine after pack-a-punching that thing actually getting like a 10-round burst? I think that would just be insane. I also have a new game mode coming to multiplayer where they replace the rounds inside of the Riveter shotgun with actual launcher rounds, which I think that would be really cool if they put that in zombies, especially since the Riveter was always just so absolute garbage. I think if they just made it incredibly OP like that, we can actually shoot launcher rounds. I think that would be so cool. That would actually be something worth putting the dead wire detonators on. Look at that, guys. The Outlast contract is finally done, and as long as you're running around and picking up ammo, if you got that mega holding, you're practically not even gonna have to stop firing. Now, unfortunately, the rewards out of this rift were absolute poop, so we were just gonna end up leaving those there. I actually picked up the Bloodburner key for like 2 seconds. I thought about putting it in my backpack, and I was like, you know what? Nah, I don't even want this thing. Bloodburner actually is really cool if it wasn't so damn glitchy. Let's be honest, if you plan on going into the red tier zone, it's kind of a pain in the ass to drive around and really easy to blow up because it's really easy to get stuck. It's honestly just incredibly cluttered out inside the red tier zone, and it's just kind of a pain in the ass to get off and on your bike. And if you have something else like the Scorcher or even the VR11, so where you can run faster, I mean, most people would just rather do that. Luckily on this run, these Aether extractors didn't give me too much of a hard time. Now, these are usually like my worst enemy. I've had several times where after I'm trying to activate the extractor, it'll activate, but then I get stuck to it and I can't move until the zombies end up putting me down. There's also several times where I'm trying to activate the Aether extractor and it'll say that it's finished, but it really doesn't, and I have to do it all over again, wasting another decoy or another monkey bomb or whatever I'm using. I always tell people, bring in extra decoys or extra monkey bombs, cashmeres, whatever you got. I mean, especially at the end of this contract, not only just to get the Aether extractors done, but you're going to want to have at least one of those after you get the contract done, because just getting the stuff out of your rift, I mean, it can be an absolute pain with all the zombies that are going to be around. If you're running solo, be sure to save your Aether shroud, because that could definitely save your ass here. But thankfully, the loot out of this contract was exactly what I was hoping for. We ended up getting a mag of holding, and then we got another Elder Sigil, so I can either come back in here or one of the other Dark Aethers. The next trip is probably going to be inside of the OG original Dark Aether, just because I want to farm up some of them golden armor plates and those Aether blades. Maybe even check those rooms for some wonder weapons, because I do want to build up some more Scorchers. There was a time where I used to have a whole bunch of those things. Now it kind of seems like I'm struggling to keep my hands on a Scorcher. Here we are, guys. We are at our extraction point, and this little pistol, SMG, whatever you want to call it, with the conversion kit is absolutely crazy. I can definitely recommend that you guys still run this weapon. Not only is the power absolutely insane and will outgun almost anything in this game, but the movement is incredible. It's incredibly snappy. Hell, as long as you got Deadshot and be spamming that aim, you ain't got to worry about too much accuracy either. We're going to be throwing up the loadout up on the screen right here. Thank you guys so much to everybody who checked out the video today. I greatly do appreciate it. Please drop a like on it if you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if anybody is new. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.